Hello DC fans, this is J.A.R. 369 and welcome back for another figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Superpowers Supergirl, made by McFarlane Toys. So take a look at the packaging here. Well, just the usual DC Superpowers packaging. You can see the window exposing the figure, and there's a comic book art of Supergirl right there. You get the McFarlane Toys logo right there. You get the Supergirl logo or Superman logo. It looks the same. So hey, yeah, it's the Hope logo, I would say. The new DC Universe logo right there. And it's recommended for ages 12+. And on the back here's the list of the figures. And here's the bio about Supergirl. So go ahead, pause the video if you want to read it. So that's about it. Let's take out Supergirl out of the package. Here is Supergirl out of the package. Let's take a closer look at the figure here. Now, take a look at the head sculpt here. The head sculpt looks pretty good, I would say. Even though the eyes are a bit weird, but I mean, it's supposed to be pay homage to the Superpowers toys from the 80s. So, yeah. But still, the facial structure looks pretty good. I'd say it's better than any other female figures that McFarlane has done. But yeah, I'd say the Superpowers one looks pretty good indeed. Yeah, I would say this is equally as good as the Supergirl figure from the Page Punchers line, which McFarlane made a long time ago. Well, not that long. The hair sculpt on her looks pretty good. I really like the floating effect there, like indicates that she's flying or in the wind. But still looks pretty good indeed. So yeah. Take a look at the body sculpt here. Well, I'm guessing it's the same exact body sculpt as the other female Superpowers figures. I'm guessing the Wonder Woman one is the only one I only have. But you get the cape here, which looks pretty good. Yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad. Just like the old Superpowers toys, but I really wish she has like the S on her on the back of the cape here. I'm guessing, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. So yeah, you get the S logo right there. It looks pretty good indeed. Take a look at the hands here. Again, one hand, just the fisted hand. The other hand, just the gripping hand for holding on the accessory, which she does not come with. But, I mean, if you look at the hand here, the way it looks, like the fingers area there, as you can see, they're like a bit thin, I would say. Like, if you want to, like, put on the accessories, you have to lift it, but it looks like you might accidentally break this figure. Well, break the fingers on the figure. So, I would not recommend putting any accessories or lift the fingers like that. If she does come with the sword, then she can easily, carefully just slide it in her hand instead of, just pry open the fingers. Just like that. Because if you look at the fingers, yeah, it looks like you can easily break. So I would not recommend do that. It'd be really cool if Supergirl just have two-fisted hands, so she can punch bad guys left and right. Instead, she just punch bad guys to the left. Well, yeah. And also, you get this skirt thing here. Instead of like a molded plastic, it is a soft goods material. So it does not hinder the articulations a bit. So, yeah. Well, it'd been really better if it's like a sculpted skirt, but I don't know. Like if you move the articulation, it's a bit odd. But hey, at least it doesn't hinder the articulation a bit. Take a look at the boots there. You can see just the painted boots there. There's nothing much details to it, but you can see some legalese there on her legs there as well. And you get the pins right there, which is fine for the vintage Aspire figures there. And on the bottom, there is no legalese on her foot, and there's some pecos there as well. So overall, for the figure itself, yeah, the figure itself looks pretty good. The head sculpt looks good. The sculpting on the figure is pretty much exactly the same as the Wonder Woman one, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments down below. But the hands, again, I really wish they're two-fisted hands instead of the the hand for holding on to grabbing the sword, which she does not come with. So, yeah, I don't know why McFarlane didn't thought about that. but overall, still really decent. Now, the articulation is pretty much exactly the same as the other Superpowers figures, so I'm going to skip over that. And like I mentioned earlier, she does not come with any accessories at all. Yeah, not even a sword that I mentioned earlier. But overall, it's still a pretty decent figure. The head sculpt, like I said, looks pretty good. Sculpting wise, it's pretty much exactly the same female Superpowers figure lines sculpting. But hey, it makes sense for any of these Superpowers lines. Articulation, well, it is a old school inspired articulation, so you cannot get much possibilities to it, but you can like have her like fight criminals with her fist, I would say. But overall, still really a decent figure for your DC collection. Yeah, I'm pretty sure McFarlane added this figure in the Superpowers line because of the Supergirl movie, and we all know that didn't do well in the box office. So I don't know why McFarlane decides to not release her in the single carded by herself, because now like McFarlane releasing the Superpowers figures, but in the whole box they had to collect the whole figures just for one figure if you want. But luckily, other stores like Big Bad Toy Store and Mike's Toys and Stuff, that's where I got her, sell like the whole new wave of Superpowers figures separately, which is really great for these two. So like I mentioned, I did got this Supergirl figure at Mike's Toys and Stuff. I'll put the link in the description down below if you want to visit the website, buy toys there, or if you live in Southern California, want to look for the location, yeah, go hit that there as well. But back to the Supergirl figure, it looks pretty decent. I definitely do recommend getting this figure if you're a big DC fan or a big Supergirl fan. For my rate, I'm going to give the Supergirl figure I'm going to give her like an 8.5 out of 10 for me. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, please consider like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're new to my channel, and follow me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. All the links will be in the description down below. That's all I had to say. This is the McFarlane Toys DC Superpowers Supergirl figure made by McFarlane Toys. And this is J.A.R. 369. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on my next review. And remember, keep on collecting.